Right. So yeah, again, hello everyone. Welcome to GAMPRG2. Today, technically, I've taught you how to use event dispatchers, no, in C++. Did I teach you how to do um, what's that? Help yung tinuro ko. the one param, two param, multicast, delegate, right? And colliders. Yeah, yeah. So I've done that. Technically, you can do the project with all those, no? Like, we have the spawning. Eh, I've probably taught you that. The spawning. Yeah, We've done the colliders, done the movement. Um, ah, TArray. Have I? Oh, I guess I can teach TArray. TArray. Okay, okay. T subclass does everyone know how to use T subclass off? Or is there anyone who is unsure on how to use T subclass off? It's usually when you want to try to spawn, no, you use that para you can set like whatever actor you want to spawn for the floor tiles, correct? Yeah. See. I'll teach you that. No, sorry. No, I actually thought that. I'll teach you how to use the arrays. For the obstacles, the pickups. No, I'll teach you how to use the arrays, how to use also T subclass off for that. And then I can teach you what to expect or what how to fix your project when shit hits the fan. Meaning you cannot open your project because there is something wrong with your code. And no matter what you do with your code, it's still not working. So I'm gonna teach you that today. Okay. So in your uh this is what demo game. Okay. Oh god, that already happened to me. Yeah. I was thinking if I should have thought that earlier on. Um but then again, you wouldn't know how to use it until you actually worked on your project. But don't worry, that it is normal. I should have thought that early on, or you could have. I think someone messaged me about it. I forgot to. I already started my project. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so TRE. Let's do it TRE muna. So TRE. How does TRE work? TRE is like vectors, if you remember in C++. So remember if you vectors, it's like a array that you can add or remove um things from it. They add remove values into it. You could uh access the values and stuff. So the thing about why vectors are better than arrays, like traditional arrays, is that it's dynamic. You can you can add the amount of um, elements into it without having to like create a new array and then set all the values, etc. etc. Okay. So the array, for example, the array actor, actors. So example of this, the array of actors. So in here, we use a pointer. So meaning we can point it to either a instantiated, as in already spawned in actor, or maybe you want you just want to keep track of things. So the thing is, this is only for instantiated, meaning it's already there now. In this case, let's say this pond actor, we could do like actor that add and then spawned actor, and that will now be inside actors. All right. So this is for just for instantiated na. So of course you also have actors that remove. So if you want a specific actor to remove, you can do that. You can do also remove at. So if you have the index of the element, then you can put in here. So 0, 1, 2, etc. 0, sorry, or 0 or 1, 2, ayun. So that is the array. There's also other things if you want. There's also find. So if you want to find a specific actor, so let's see this actor. This will return a int 32. Unless if you want, if you put a comma, then you can have this pass by reference. If you remember this in C++, no. So parang this will the index here, whatever you put in here, will be the number, the index of this if you find it. Tapos bool siya, boolean. So if it doesn't find it, of course it'll be false. Okay? So that's the array. So what does that look like in the editor? So if you have view property, edit anywhere, you can also have, let's put here the getter setter. Blueprint, read, write. Let's compile that. That's under demo game mode. So what does that look like is this. Okay, open. Oh, hey, you know what? Since we're all here, uh, might as well start this lesson too. Joke lang. In this case, it's just exception access violation reading address 0, meaning it does not exist. It's reading a null somewhere, but it doesn't look like it's anything from what we just coded. So let's just restart it. Okay, so we're fine. We're fine. We're all good. Uh, did it did it add it here? Open full blueprint. Is it here? Actors. Actors. Oh no no. This is game mode base. That's not the one that we made. This one. Here we go. It's this one. So what does this look like? This looks like that variable that you create, and then you can set like actor, set the object reference, and then you make sure that it is a array instead. Actors 2. So if you see here, with actors 2. Actor. Oh, it doesn't appear. Anyway, it looks like this. Compile. It looks like this, no? But again, these are already instantiated objects. So this is not the one that you use for when trying to spawn something from an array. Uh, right? So it's the same thing. Ito, these are all the objects that are present in the game. So that's not the same as, I mean, present in the level. It's not the same as yung pag-spawn. So, di ba, if you wanted to spawn a actor from a list of class reference, you would have to do like in this case maybe actor class reference, and it will look like this. And then now you can have access to whatever actor you want to spawn. In our case, because we had to use bl- uh, pickup, pickup or obstacles, no, but class reference. So how do you do that? How do you do array of class reference? So instead of just a actor asterisk, meaning a actor that's already instantiated, we use also the T subclass of. In this case, it'll be T array and then T subclass of, and then maybe a demo actor. There we have it. We now have an array of um reference class references. So if we try to compile this, oh, error, uh, overload, convert all. What did I do? Uh, convert a demo actor to ah, that's my code here. So how did I read that? In here you see CPP 22. It was in line 22 in here, and then it said there could not convert, meaning because I tried to add it in the area, no, eh di niya magawa kasi those are two different kinds of things. You're trying to put in an actual object reference inside an array that is supposedly asking for a class reference. But anyway, always remember Control Shift S. And there we have our actors. And now we can choose to spawn anything that is related to the demo actor. So this is literally the equivalent of doing demo actor class reference. That is literally the same thing. Okay, so that's what we did. So in this case, when you try spawning in, you would go like because the actors, I mean the T array has size, oh, has num. Sorry, num gives you the number of elements inside the array, and of course you can do the ampersand, and then the random f. I said f rand. Hmm. Ano random natin? Math? F math? Not random? Rand? Maybe. Uh, oh, sorry. But that it'll be like this. Oh. Or you can find another random whatever. I think there's stream, rand, stream, rand, frand, range, and then you can do. Oh, they don't have int, but yeah. Anyway, you can do whatever for random. So you just have to research that. You can literally just search C++ random and then Unreal Engine. Okay, questions, clarification for TArray. So it really is just like vector. You just have more. I think it's more powerful. I think you have insert. It's not just pop and whatever. Oh, either you have pop, you have also push, or you can also have just add. and insert. It's also clear if I recall. Is it clear? No. Em- Empty. Okay. Questions? Clarification? On TArray or TSO class off, or if you want anything that we have that was taught, or anything that is related to Unreal C++. None. Okay. Let's go into how to fix your project when something bad happens. First off, let's go create a new actor. Oh, sorry. A new C++ actor. C++ for actor. And then this is um bad actor. And then we just let it compile for a bit. And then we're gonna see if we can find out what's wrong with my code. Okay. So let's say I wanted an actor with a sphere collider and then a static mesh component. All right. So let's put here class sphere component. I am forward declaring that there is a sphere component. So let's go add that protected. New sphere component. Uh, sphere, and then let's go u property visible anywhere. Tapos lagay na tayo ng static mesh. U static mesh component. Static mesh. Let's also give it the visible anywhere. Then let's go create that sphere. Is equal to create. Oh, include components slash sphere component. Create default subobject u sphere component sphere. And then uh u oh, static mesh is equal to create default subobject u static mesh component static mesh. And then we do like static mesh data. We want to connect it to the sphere, so set up attachment to the sphere. Okay, I compile this. I create a game object. Tell me what is gonna happen, or what do you think is gonna happen after I create the game object? Sorry, the actor. Bad actor. BP. Bad actor. So we have the sphere. We have the sphere. We have the static mesh. We can add in the. Let's give it a sphere. A sphere. Material sphere. Maybe we can make it smaller. Maybe like, I don't know. So yeah, let's keep that now. And then let's just increase na lang the radius. Maybe give it a material. Um, brick. Okay. So what do you think is gonna happen? Anyone? So this is my code. I created a sphere. The static mesh is connected to the sphere. We now have our blueprint of the bad actor. What do you think is gonna happen when I press play? Anyone? Not sure? If I press play, supposedly, oh, it's still there. Why are you still there? Ano ba ginawa ko noon? I think that's still. Hold on now. I think that was for the character pala. The pawn that I created before instead of actor. Okay, let's do that. Let me let me just do that. A a pawn. Uh pawn. So this is now a pawn. Compile. So I completely changed our bad actor into a pawn. Uh Here, pawn. Let's try to connect that bad actor. So dapat we are gonna use the bad actor. Let's give it a floating pawn movement. Uh, hold on. This is 20, 20, 20. Mm. Let me just put here. If character. Why are you still working? Okay, never mind. I guess they did something to that. So supposedly there are times that when you try to spawn. Okay. Wait. I think I know na. I know na. I'm sorry. Medyo ano, pangit. Just put it to actor again. And then let's try to spawn. Let's try to spawn it pala. Yun pala yun. Hindi pala na like placing it here. Let's go try spawning that. Um Hold on. Compile. I'll change this back to demo character. And then uh let's try spawning. Let's try spawning the bad actor. Spawn actor from class bad actor. In the transform, um 200, 200, 200. If you don't know this, where you split a struct, you can split things depending on the no, depending on the whatever the
notice no. Or in this case, the transform, you can split it into the location, rotation, scale. And then you can also split these vectors into floats. Split it, you have float, float, float. So you're like putting it into its pinaka basic. This one, I think, yeah, it's still float. Okay, just so you know. I'm not sure kung naturo ba yan. 200, 200, 200. Oh, let's make it more. 500, 500, 500. So I'm spawning the bad actor. If I press play, supposedly, oh my god, you're still here. It's right. Okay, because there are times if you do not set the things correctly, such as in this case, the sphere was not set into as the root component. Sometimes if you don't do that, it would spawn in at 0, 0, 0, no matter what. No matter uh what location you put in here, sometimes it will just spawn at 0, 0, 0. And sometimes people like don't know what to do. So always make sure when you when you try to spawn stuff, when you try to create the components, make sure you create the like set root component as the sphere. Okay, so make sure you have these. Make sure that everything is attached. If you didn't have this attachment, if you didn't have that attachment, um, worst case scenario, this is gonna spawn at 0, 0, but the sphere is somewhere else. But sometimes it's not. It's finicky. Bad actor, right? So this one I think is gonna still work. It looks like it's still gonna work properly, even though I removed the um. Oh, here we go. Yeah, something like this. You can see that it's saying 500, 500, 500, but it's still at 0, 0, 0. It's because we didn't attach it. Okay, so that sometimes happens. So, of course, to fix that, you need to do static mesh, set set of attachment, and then sphere. Now, after adding this, after compiling, and then after getting that weird problem where it's spawning at 0, 0, 0, and then you put this, sometimes it doesn't work pa rin. Sometimes it will still spawn at 0, 0, 0. Uh, it depends. There. See, it is still at 0, 0, 0, even though we attached it and compiled it. So that is because the blueprint itself is medyo weird na. You know, kasi you already compiled it. You already compiled it. You already did stuff. But the thing is, you put this late. This here, this constructor runs a little bit weird. It doesn't always run at the start. That's why I tell you that if you wanna do the on component hit, like the sphere on component hit that add dynamic thing, or when you try to listen, we don't make you I won't allow you to do this because the constructor itself sometimes does not run on when you want it to. In this case, tingnan mo, we already did this and our sphere was still spawning here. And the only way for to fix that is after you make your changes, you have to something like um you have to refresh the actor, the blueprint, I mean. One way is from the class settings and then change the parent class to something else and then back to the actual class. That's one. The other, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works. In here, if you right click and then asset actions, you can like try to reload or load. So sometimes that works. Just reload. So we did the reload. Mukhang naayos siya. And finally, it is here. So if that doesn't work, you go to class settings, change the parent class to let's say actor, and then back to bad actor. Yung pangat ng dito is all your changes that you had will be gone on the like in the static mesh na wala na, or yung sphere size is not the same anymore. So that's the thing. No, nawawala siya. Okay? Question on that one. So you have to quote unquote like refresh it. So if that has happened to you, it's okay. Um, Sometimes we forget, no? We forget to add some stuff here. No questions? Sige. Let's do another one. Another problem that people sometimes um fall for. Let's go create another. Let's say I wanted another sphere component. It would be like sphere, second sphere. Sometimes you like copy paste, no? You just copy paste here, like copy paste this. Uh, I'll do like instead of sphere, that's second sphere, and then second sphere is now attached to sphere. Okay, what do you think is gonna happen here? I don't know. I don't know if you guys encountered this before, where you just like like tinatamad ka, or you get lazy, you just copy paste some stuff, paste it here, and then the moment you compile, shit hits the fan. The the editor just breaks. What do you think is the problem with the code that I just did? Because we were able to we were able to create the sphere. We also created the second sphere. We attached it to the sphere, and then here we created a static mesh attached to the sphere. So this code seems fine to some people, but there is one small thing here that it just affects everything. Anyone? Correct. The first sphere that we created is named sphere. The second sphere that we created, we named it also sphere. Now, if you've done Unreal multiple times, or if you've done Unreal, tried to create Unreal projects by your own, and you try to name your components, you will notice you're not able to name two components of the same kind, of the same name, sorry. It won't allow it. Okay? So that's the reason why this is breaking. And the thing is, okay, like, sige, maybe that's why it says here, defaults of objects with components fee, sorry, already exists for bad actor. That could be a sign already that something has the same name. The sphere component, sphere. And then it says here CP16. So you look at CP16, you're looking at it, what's wrong? So you would notice, parehas yung pangalan. They both exist already. So let's say I name it different. Sphere, second, sphere. I save it, I send and restart, and we hope that it fixes everything. But you'll notice that it won't accept it, but okay. So and then it's still the same. It's still the same problem. There's a sphere component called sphere, uh, and then it's still CP16. So this is happening because when you press send and restart, or when let's say you just open the project again, it does not compile your code. It doesn't. So all these changes, they are not into effect because they are not compiled at all. It's like nag-change ka ng text sa ano, sa notepad pero hindi ka nag-save. Something like that. No. So in order for you to compile this outside of Unreal, you have to do local Windows debugger or the start without debugging. One of these two. So you make your changes, do whatever what changes you want to do, and then just select one of these two. Local Windows debugger or start without debugging. That should be under well actually pwede rin build build solution. I think this works. I haven't tried it yet. But in this case, we'll just do this one. I press play here. It succeeded. And then you'll find out that everything is now working. All right. So that's one. That's one of the things that you may encounter. So maybe it's not no. Maybe it's not related to the naming, no. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you tried to do something here and then it fucked up and then you're stuck with that loop. Same thing. Just compile it in the um, Visual Studio. Okay. Questions? Clarification? None. So maybe you could have a problem like you were just copy pasting code and then you did second sphere here. The thing is you never created the second sphere because we just removed it. And then we tried to compile. I think this should break. Oh, you did not break yet. How about we refresh? Refresh or reload. Oh, where are you attached to? You're attached to nothing. I guess I guess if press play, it should spawn into 000. Yeah. Because again, it's not attached to anything. I guess yeah. Uh yeah, same thing. Just let's change. Let's change this here. Compile should work. Reload. Or in this case, let's not reload. Let's do the class settings. Bad actor. Put it back to actor. And make sure you don't control Z this one. So bad actor. Let's give in the sphere material. Change the radius. And then yeah, it should be okay now. Okay. What else? What other problems would you occur? The other problem, I mean, I already told you about it, where you try to do sphere, uh, this one on component overlap. We can overlap dynamic. Let's go get that code. The parameters. Let's go just create that function on overlap. Mm-hmm. Go create the definition. Go add in the overlap. This and then a bad actor on overlap. And then let's go put the G engine message. Key 5 seconds. F color yellow. Hello. Okay. Compile this. Uh oops. What's your error? Yeah. So you have to read this. Non-standard syntax, use ampersand to create a pointer to member. It says here CP19. Go to CP19. You'll know that you forgot the ampersand here. But that's how you have to read. You have to read your debug. It will tell you why there's an error. Okay, again, compile. Let's lower the Z on the when it spawns. Nope, not this one. This one. Let's lower it to maybe just 100. Control Shift S. Um, Let me just make the sphere no collision. Give this a overlap all. And then again, make sure you always put U function. Important. U function. Without that, this is not gonna run. You need to have U function. Okay. Anyway, if you try to overlap it, we don't have the text of hello because, like I said, the the constructor does not always run when you want it to run. It only runs at a specific time, a point in time, usually on the creation of the blueprint. That's why I require you to put it in the begin play instead. With that, that means when begin play runs, which is always the start of the game, no, it will now bind. Press play, and we should now be able to hello for 5 seconds. Okay, so very important. Those are one of the important things when trying to bind. Put it in begin play anywhere else besides the constructor. If you want to put it in another function, go ahead. But you don't do it on the constructor. All right. Questions? Any more questions? Clarification on this one? None. It's clear. Uh, what else do I have to teach you? Ano ba ba? Create default sub object, set root component. Kayo. Have you ever occurred? Has any error occurred for you guys that um made you scratch your head while I'm trying while you think of that? I also think here what else I can show you. What we can overlap. I want something that will show an error. Hmm, it's a good error. I mean, if you don't have the right of parameters, it won't accept it. And then if you try to compile it, it should give an error, but you have to know how to read it. S- Hello? Ah, so in here, internal add dynamic cannot convert argument to from void, etc., etc. So types pointed to unrated conversion requires reinterpret cast. So what you're trying to look here is trying to match the argument list, meaning the argument list here in the on overlap is not the same as what you want from this on component begin overlap. I mean, it should have been already given, no? Kapag nag-red, meaning there's already something wrong because it was missing something. In this case, the sweep result. And with that, it should now compile. There's no error. I'm thinking there's another error I can give you. Ah, I think no, a funny one. Maybe not funny. Uh, because we have a no demo actors. Actors that actually we can do this. Actors one. The we try to spawn. Get world spawn actor. This is the class. Um, and then let's put the transform. Oh, we'll just use this transform. Transform um spawn params. Don't forget. What are we using here? Demo actor. A demo actor. Okay. What we did here is on actors, on the index one, we spawn it. So that looks okay, no? Your C++ won't be shown sa content kahit ni-compile po. Hmm. When that happens, even though you're compiling, either you could try to close your okay, okay. Okay, I guess I have to teach you that one. Uh, why would I do that nga pala? Wait lang ah. There's a certain way to fix some issues with this with this thing. But sige, let's do this muna. I compiled it. Um, if I press play, the game's gonna crash. game's gonna crash because index greater than or equal to 0 and index less than array num. Array index out of bounds. 1 into an array of size 1. So from those words, you should know that you try to access something that is outside of the amount of elements. You try to access element 1. But the thing is, in my in my blueprint, it only has uh no. In my blueprint it only has one array. This is array 0. Oh, no, not that one. This one. It tried to access array 1, but I don't know, element 1, but we only have one element, which is in element 0. Doesn't have, it doesn't uh that's why it made out of bounds. So yeah, important. You try to read. Anyway, yung sa'yo, sometimes Unreal Engine can be a pain in the ass. It's a given. Like even for me, no. Sometimes it doesn't work how you want it to work. And worst case scenario, what what I would recommend for you to do is to rebuild your project. So worst case scenario na yun, ah. So I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say for some reason you're not able to open your project even though you already made the changes, you tried to play it, and then says there ayaw. There are some cases na ganun. I'll try to remember if I have a specific way to do that. Uh, Not, I forgot. But what happens is I'm gonna have to rebuild. I want to rebuild the solution, rebuild the game, and for me to do that, I delete certain things here. I will be only deleting things that are not uh required, no, such as VS, binaries, config, derive, data cache, intermediate, state. Well, config I can keep config, but you can choose not to, and also .slm. If you noticed your the one I posted here. Oh, sorry, not there. You notice the one I posted in in here, this git ignore file. Well, I'm not sure if you're one into checking what what I'm telling you guys to put on in your project. Extract file, extract here, list all, uh, git ignore. A, I'll see. Hold on. Git g dot git ignore. Okay. If you notice, I have the removal of starter content, derive cache, intermediate plugins, saved, build, binaries. Because these are things that are created by Unreal itself. Like you don't have to include it because Unreal can create it for you. So I delete that. Oh, VS is not deleting because I have it open. And then now we can delete that. Okay. So this worst case scenario, no? So what I'm left is just content source. And then If I want, I can create the solution file right away here. If you right click on the U project, we have generate Visual Studio project files. Okay, that's why. That's why. Not bad. Plus plus. Oh, that is why there's stuff here. Kasi ginagawa siya. Build, save, binaries. Kahit si .vs, .sln, .vs, we don't need that because you can just have Unreal do it yourself. Do it for itself. So you'll notice you have now the intermediate and the save. Then you can just run the game. I run the project again. So this is very specific times lang. Ayan, ito say, would you like to rebuild them? Yes. There are specific times where you would use this. I kind of forgot now what times I had to do this. Yeah, I kind of forgot when I was forced to do that. But maybe it will work for you, Garcia. Just delete everything except the content and the source and the U project. Kind of risky, but right, if it works, just so it will show. Kasi sometimes ganun talaga si ano, si Unreal. It sometimes it really is a pain in the butt to work with, especially in C++. Okay lang sana kapag blueprint lang. But when it comes to C++, sometimes it does things that you don't want it to do. Okay? Any other question or any clarification on what I just thought? So this one is more of like debugging. Because you will go through it. So you may sometimes forget to do things, which is it's okay. You learn from it. But what I want you to learn is how to fix it yourself. So if you have any like problems, no, when like yun nga, may mga error na you don't know how to fix it, you can always message me muna. Message me like, sir, I can't open the no, project anymore, or sir, di na siya nag-run, whatever. You can message me first so that you don't have to do the whole project all over again just because you could not open the project. Okay. So everything should still work unless I did not change one of the code. I did not change the code. Right, because the index. Okay. Again, questions, clarification, none. Everything clear? Okay, so I guess everything is clear. In that case, uh, technically that's yung C++ part for Unreal. You should be able to do the first project with all this knowledge that you have right now on the C++. Okay, so yeah, you should be able to create. You should be able to finish your project with this. So again, if you have any problems while creating your project, just message. Just message. I will reply to you. Um, if I have one person, I kind of forgot to reply. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, just message it now. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today. Again, feel free to just message me if you have any more questions. Yeah, so that's it for today. You guys can go and enjoy your night.